Says the Rabbeinu Avram, of course, I'm not saying, says the Rabbeinu Avram, that someone who gets a salary cannot be a Baal Bitachon. It's not easy to be a real Baal Bitachon in that case. However, you could still get there, as we see. Of course, Evadia, who was getting his food from the king, still reached a very high level of Bitachon. David HaMelech, of course, himself was a king, himself getting taxes from the entirety of Klal Yisrael, conquering nations. However, he reached, of course, the highest level of Bitachon. As we see, he clearly says, he clearly knew at every given moment that it didn't belong to him. So we see that a person could have guaranteed income, could be very wealthy, and be a real Baal Bitachon. The Rabbeinu Avram is just saying, all that I'm saying is that it's harder to be a Baal Bitachon when a person gets that type of guaranteed income. At the same time, of course, says the Rabbeinu Avram, it's not guaranteed that someone who is a farmer or someone who does not have a guaranteed income will be a Baal Bitachon. Neither way is guaranteed. It's just that when a person is a farmer, when a person knows that every day he's going out and he's trying to daven and beg HaKadosh Baruch Hu for his income, and he receives that increases his Bitachon. As the Rabbeinu Avram said in the past, tefillah is something that strengthens Bitachon. On the other hand, someone who has a guaranteed income or is wealthy, is harder for him to reach a high level of Bitachon, but of course both are possible. And now the Rabbeinu Avram finishes off this third part, the Chelik HaShlishi, that he calls in Bitachon, with again repeating what he already mentioned, that there is something that is necessary for a person, like plain food that will sustain him to stay alive, clothing and house to live in. However, this is very limited to bread, to water, to simple clothing, to simple roof over his head. However, says Rabbeinu Avram, here he's going to make the distinction, and the distinction is that this is only relevant for a person himself. As the Welt always says, Bitachon you have for yourself, but not for other people. In other words, says Rabbeinu Avram, this is relevant also to a wife and kids. For a person himself, of course, all he has to ask for, all he has to rely on HaKadosh Baruch Hu for is mamash basic necessities. But for his wife and kids, there is an extension. And Rabbeinu Avram in Chelik HaRevi is going to go in a little bit more into detail how much more a person should rely on HaKadosh Baruch Hu with Bitachon to have for his wife and kids, which of course is also with a certain amount of limitations. A person cannot say, I have Bitachon, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to provide me with 5 servants and 16 cleaning ladies, so my wife and kids can sit back on the couch and do nothing with their lives. Of course, that's not sensible. However, there is more than plain bread and water that a person could rely on HaKadosh Baruch Hu to be able to provide for his wife and kids. And the reason for that is, and this is beautiful, which brings us back into the circle of Bitachon, because a person should not expect his wife and kids to be at the same level of Bitachon where he should be. It's not that they somehow need more. However, since they're not on that level of Bitachon, a person can assume, since they're not on that level of Bitachon, they need a little bit more. They need a little bit more of extras, more than he needs. And of course, Rabbeinu Avram is going to explain this to us, because the higher a person gets in Bitachon, the less he feels he needs in this world in Olam HaGashmi. Have a wonderful day.